Hey everyone, so this is a what I eat in a day video, and I'm just going to be taking you through what I ate on this particular day. And so the morning time, I start with some coffee, of course. Gotta have my coffee along with my prayer and devotion and meditation. So I've really been into the French press coffee lately. So here I'm just pouring my coffee, and sometimes I like to have my coffee black or sometimes with cream. On this day I use some soy creamer, and you can use almond milk or coconut milk or cashew milk. There's a variety of different plant-based milks that you can use, but I got this soy creamer from Trader Joe's. And I want to show y'all my water bottle. And it's one of those steel bottles, so it's very sturdy and it keeps my water nice and cool. And I had one of these with my coffee, and I usually refill it about 5 to 6 times throughout the day. Alright, so now let's get into what I had for breakfast. For this morning, I just had some oats that I prepared the night before in these little mason jars. So I got these mason jars from the Dollar Tree, and all you're going to need is some vanilla extract, some ginger, some cinnamon, and some maple syrup, and some chia seeds, and some almond milk, or you can use any plant-based milk of your liking. And then also I put a half a cup of rolled oats mixed with half a cup of steel cut oats. So you can put all those ingredients inside of a mason jar, and then you can just make a few of them and put them in the refrigerator overnight. And this also allows the steel cut oats to get softer, so it's a lot easier and quicker to cook in the morning time. So I had a little bit more time this morning, so I decided to warm up my oats on the stovetop. But if you're running short on time, you can just put the mason jar inside the microwave and just warm it up like that, and just put maple syrup on top. But since I had more time, I just did it on the stove and added some more maple syrup and a little bit more almond milk and cinnamon. So then I just topped it with some pomegranate seeds, and you can do any fruit you like. You can do strawberries or bananas or blueberries or mangoes are even really great. And just sprinkle a little bit more cinnamon, and there you have it. So this is just a little snack that I had, and all it was basically a mixture of some different salads and dips. So I did this Tabouli salad that I got from Trader Joe's, as it says right there, and it's just a blend of couscous and other spices. And this is a paella, which is also from Trader Joe's, and this is just a chickpea salad. And then I also had some hummus. This Mediterranean hummus you can get from Trader Joe's also. Then I also have some almonds, and the best part are these quinoa and black bean tortilla chips that I eat. I could probably eat this entire bag in one sitting. They are so good. So that was the little snack that I had. It's very light and fresh, and it tastes great. And for lunch was a veggie panini, and I have just been loving these veggie sandwiches, especially hot sandwiches. So I just sliced up some onions and peppers, and I sauteed them a little bit. So I just got some slices of sourdough bread, which is the best for paninis. And for the spread, I'm going to use some hummus, and I also got this pesto and quinoa spread from Trader Joe's. So I saw this and I had it once, and then I noticed when I was making this video that it has dairy and eggs in it. So it isn't plant-based, But if you are a vegetarian and you still eat dairy and eggs, this is an option. But I definitely want to give you all a plant-based option, obviously also for my sandwich that I was making. So I decided to make the pesto and quinoa spread, but without any dairy or eggs. So you're going to need some pine nuts, some basil, some quinoa, and some dairy-free Parmesan. Follow Your Heart has a great brand that I use all the time. And about a tablespoon of lemon juice. Then you're just going to put everything into a food processor or a blender. And just add the basil and the pine nuts and some onion powder. And then I also put some garlic powder and some Himalayan salt. So I've just blended everything in my food processor, and I cooked the quinoa. The directions on how to cook it should be on the package. And I didn't use all the quinoa. I probably used about half of that. So it was probably about half a cup of quinoa. And then I added the pesto in, and I just mixed it all together. So there's my pesto and quinoa spread compared to a Trader Joe's.
What you make yours out of?
Basil, pine nuts, olive oil, fresh lemon. Basically what's in here, but no.
Okay, you can just talk to me. You're talking to me like I'm like you're a video.
I did add
Basically
some
what's in here?
dairy-free Parmesan. And the quinoa in there, so it has like protein. That's why I really like and this is the one with the Trader Joe's.
Oh, ew.
Mine's better, huh?
Absolutely. I mean, that is good, but it was just so much better.
And there you go. You can just put it in a mason jar or any container and keep it in your fridge. So once I had the sandwich assembled, I just was going to put it on a George Foreman grill. And if you don't have a George Foreman grill, you can just grill it on a pan. But I like having it pressed together like a panini, so a George Foreman grill is great for that. And there is my veggie panini. And you can have this with a side of fruit or like a big green salad. Alright, so now let's get into what I had for dinner. So this is kind of like a Chipotle style burrito bowl. Okay, so for my meat substitute, so instead of ground beef or turkey or anything like that, I just used some mushrooms, and then I also used some cauliflower rice. And I got this bag of cauliflower rice from Trader Joe's. But if you don't have a Trader Joe's near you or don't want to buy the bag cauliflower rice, you can just get a head of cauliflower. And you can just put this head of cauliflower in a food processor or a blender and it will make cauliflower rice. Or you can chop it up very, very finely. It's just going to take you a little bit longer if you don't have a food processor. Now for all the spices I'm going to use for my meat substitute mix will be chili powder, chipotle chili, pink Himalayan salt, cayenne pepper, cumin, garlic powder, onion powder, some white pepper, some vegetable broth, which is very important, and some Bragg's liquid aminos, which is a healthy soy sauce alternative. And you can also use tamari sauce if you don't have liquid aminos. And then I'm just going to put my mushrooms in the food processor to get them nice and finely diced up. So I'm just adding some vegetable broth to the pan, and I'm going to saute my onions. So I'm not adding any oil. Try not to cook with a lot of oil. If you saute onions first, it has a lot of water in them, so then the pan won't stick once you add your vegetables. So just add some vegetable broth, let your onions brown, and then add the mushrooms and then the cauliflower, and just start mixing that together. And then I'm going to add a little bit more vegetable broth to make sure that the pan won't stick, and just to let the mushrooms or cauliflower absorb the onions and the vegetable broth. So I'm going to add the liquid aminos and all of the seasonings, and just continue to stir it and let it cook on medium to high heat. So then I just covered the pan and I put it on high heat, and I just wanted the mushrooms and cauliflowers to just sit with the spices and absorb all the flavor. And you would let it sit for about 5 minutes. And then afterwards, it should look a little bit like this, which will look similar to ground beef, but I promise you it's not. And this is full of flavor. The consistency of it and the texture is very much like meat. And it's just a really good healthy alternative to have. And you can even use them for tacos. I'm making, like you saw, like a Chipotle style burrito bowl, but you can even have them with taco salads and stuff like that. Now I'm just chopping up some zucchini and squash, and I'm making another zucchini, squash, and corn salsa that I'm going to roast on a pan also. And then for my other sides, I'm just going to make a salsa with some diced tomatoes, and then I'm going to have some black beans and some vegetarian refried beans. And I got these at Sprouts, but they are low fat, which is good. So now I'm just making my salsa, putting some garlic powder in there and some fresh cilantro. And if you don't like the taste of cilantro, you can totally omit this, but I love it. And then I decided to mix some more roasted garlic salsa from Trader Joe's, and then this other salsa I get from Trader Joe's. I'm just a huge salsa freak, so I pretty much just mix all three of those into one, and with fresh cilantro, and it tastes really great. Then I just cooked up the corn and the zucchini and the squash for a little bit. Then I'm going to warm up some brown rice. I get these little frozen packs of brown rice from Trader Joe's. You just put it in the microwave for 3 minutes. And this is everything I'm going to assemble into my burrito bowl. And this is also good to make if you're having like a game night or people are coming over. You can do like taco making stations, or like I'm doing a burrito bowl making station. It. Alright y'all, so thanks for sticking around to watch what I ate in a day, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye!